Hey guys, Ivan here, and we have something that most of you probably didn't expect to see this time around, myself included for sure. I did not expect to see Phil Heath pulling a vacuum. Now, it's not exactly much of a vacuum, but it's a stomach that's tucked in, right? I mean, it's not a bubble gut, it's not even just flat or a little bit bloated. It's kind of a vacuum, it's starting to look like a vacuum. So I did not expect this, but I'm really glad to see it because that was basically the only flaw that Phil had on stage when he lost the Mr. Olympia title and probably when he was third last year. So he could have won that Mr. Olympia had his stomach been fine. Now he's working on it. So his fiance posted this photo. He also shared it on his story. And it's a rather lengthy description, but if you want, you can go ahead and read it on her Instagram. But basically what she's saying is that he needs to heal and that she's helping him with that. So it's not just him being lazy and complacent and that's why his stomach grew, he doesn't care about it. No, what she's saying is that he has health issues, gut issues, so he needs to work on that, and now he's working on it and he's healing it and it starts to look better, less bloated. So we'll see. Hopefully it's not just organ growth, organomegaly. Hopefully it's not just that. He had a hernia surgery, so he probably has trouble controlling his abdominal muscles because he had a surgery on them. And also he might be carving up too heavily for the show and maybe his stomach is just full of food. So maybe if he works on those three things, gut health, control of the abdominal wall, and also not carving up too heavily for the show. Maybe if he does all these three things properly, maybe he can actually have a flat stomach at next year's, or actually this year's Mr. Olympia. Maybe he can actually win it again. Maybe he can win 8 Mr. Olympia titles or maybe even 10. Guys, he's only 41 years old. Sean Rodden was 43 when he won his first Mr. Olympia, the first and only. So Phil is still young in bodybuilding years, and you can see that in his muscle. Like, you can see that his legs are still huge, his arms, his back, everything is just spot on. The only problem, the gut. If you can reduce it by, let's say, 30%, I mean, it doesn't have to be like it was in 2008 or 2010 and 11. No, it just needs to be like 30% better than it is right now. So if he can actually get that done, he might reclaim that Mr. Olympia title. What do you guys think? Next, we have Andrew Jack, who just competed with his Elite Pro card in an Elite Pro show, which he won. He won the overall, of course. I mean, it's crazy to say, of course, for somebody who started competing just now, who won their first show, became a pro, and then won a pro debut in a week, right? It's crazy, but this guy has been holding on for a long time. Like, he's a genetic marble, but he didn't want to compete until he was ready to actually start winning shows. So this is all, as he says, a warm-up for himself. Basically, what he's gonna do next is NPC and IFBB Pro League. No, he is not planning on staying in IFBB Elite Pro like Mikhail Krizo, for example, unless maybe they offer him a lot of money, but no, that's not the goal. He wants to compete in Arnold Classic, in Mr. Olympia, and all the other top shows, the real pro bodybuilding. He wants to be a real pro bodybuilder, so the next thing he needs to do is to win a pro card in IFBB Pro League, which is going to be definitely harder, much harder than winning a Elite Pro card, but I'm sure he can do it. I mean, this guy's like 280 right now. Yeah, he's like 6'1" or 6 foot or something like that, but still 280 is a lot. So he's a big guy. And no, he's not doing classic physique. He's way too big for classic physique. But this is the thing in these Arabic countries, as I heard from my followers. It's a thing of choice. You don't have to wear the classic bodybuilding trunks. You can wear these a little bit longer trunks like classic physique guys are wearing, because I guess they are not very comfortable with wearing those thongs pretty much. So it's kind of a cultural thing, and I think it's fine. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. So here you can see the other guys, and some of them were pretty good. Most of them were not on Andrew's level, not even close. As you can see, these guys on the right, none of them could really challenge him. The only guy is this guy next to him, the black guy. He has solid genetics. This guy can actually be a pro in IFBB Pro League, I believe, if he wanted to. In this front double bicep, it's actually very close between these two guys. I mean, Andrew is bigger, but this guy has, look at the legs. Like, he has better sweep. But the other poses, Andrew was better for sure. So I think he deserved this win. But it was close between these two guys. So I don't know who this guy is, but he can do pretty good in IFBB Pro League if he wanted to and if he was young enough to make more progress. But take a look at Andrew right here. I mean, this side chest. He looks good, right? This reminds me a little bit of Lionel Biecki, but Lionel has better genetics. I don't think Andrew is really that blessed, but he has some really good poses, such as this one. Yeah, his back poses are really good. Look at the back. He is thick, like he has a lot of muscle. By the way, this video was posted on Larry Wheel's YouTube channel, who is a training partner of Andrew. And it's a high quality footage, and I'm very thankful for that. So we don't have to watch the Instagram stories and stuff of some footage filmed with a potato camera. So this is great. I mean, I wish all the shows were covered with a freaking camera. I don't see how that is a problem, but yeah, very often we have to watch some horrible stories from people from the audience. Anyways, this is Andrew Jack right now. The side tricep looked really, really good. And yeah, he's huge. He just won a pro card. He actually won a pro show in IFBB in Elite Pro. And now he's coming over to NPC, to IFBB Pro League. And he's going to dominate. I'm sure about that. But right now, in IFBB Pro League, New York Pro is about to happen in about 5 weeks. And everybody's talking about this Blessing versus Nick rivalry, myself included. And I wanted to make a story about that as well in this video, about their drama and arguments. But I am not going to, because I saw this post of Hassan Mostafa, and Jesus, this looks just sick. This looks insane. I look at the size of those legs. God, I don't think I ever seen a guy with bigger legs. I mean, yeah, it's a flattering angle, but still, this is just insane. Yeah, he has a leg pump, but come on, guys, how many guys do you know with legs of this size? And look at the conditioning as well. Look at the veins in his inner thighs. And look at the upstairs area. I mean, like the arms, the shoulders, the chest, everything looks really thick. I mean, this guy is a little bit narrow to the shoulders, but he's not small upstairs. Like, he has a matching upper body. I mean, his lower body is so freaking huge that it's really hard to match it with any kind of upper body, but he's matching it. Yeah, he's lower body dominant, but still, I mean, his upper body is not small by any means. But here you can see that the legs are just one of the freakiest legs ever in bodybuilding. I mean, this guy is young. He recently started competing as a pro, so we still have to see him flourish to his maximum potential. And I believe when he finally reaches his full potential, his maximum potential, he's going to be the guy with the best legs in the history of bodybuilding. I'm betting on that. I think he's going to be better than Tom Platz. I'm pretty sure he's bigger right now, but as far as the shape and just the overall freak factor, Tom, I think, looks more impressive in the leg area, but I mean, the size, Jesus, this guy is just absolutely humongous. He's huge, and he's competing at the New York Pro, facing guys like Nick Walker, Blessing, Avoidable, Justin Rodriguez, and the others. And yeah, if I was a betting man, I said this a million times, I would bet on Hassan. And after seeing these photos, and after seeing him really training hard and saying that he's gonna be at his 101%, after seeing all that, all the announcements and the way he looks right now, yeah, I can definitely see him winning this show. What do you guys think? And this is how Patrick Moore looks like right now in the off-season. So I was curious about if he's gonna be competing this year or not, but the last time he talked about which show he's gonna do, he said he's not gonna be competing until 2022 because he really wants to make more progress. Because last year he competed and he didn't really place that well because he wasn't as big as the other guys who were actually able to beat him. So he wanted to take some time off and to progress. But right now in the off-season he looks bigger, like he grew. But I don't know how much muscle he actually gained. And he looks in a really good shape. I'm sure he did a little mini cut for this guest posing that he did. I'm going to show you a little footage that I have from potato camera, unfortunately. That's what we have right now, but you can see right here, I mean, it's a high quality photo. You can see that he's in a good condition. Like, he's maybe like a few weeks out of a show, really. So I don't know how smart this is. I mean, staying this lean in the off-season. Jay Cutler gave him an advice. If you guys follow my channel or Jay Cutler TV channel, you might have seen that. If you haven't, you can check it out. But basically, Jay Cutler told him that it's not about being pretty in the off-season. You need to get a little ugly if you want to make progress. And I don't know if he's actually taking that advice, because right now he looks shredded. Again, I'm pretty sure he did a little mini cut, maybe like 2 weeks of dieting for this off-season posing. So that's why he looks probably a little bit better than he usually does in the off-season. But still, I mean, I would love to see him bigger. Yeah, because when I saw the other guys grow like really a lot, they would usually get a little bit more chubby in the off-season, more than this. Like, this is a really good shape. So I know he said that he wants to keep the shape, keep the small waist, keep the lines and everything, and that's why he doesn't want to bulk too hard. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference, but if he doesn't gain a lot of muscle, he's not gonna be able to beat the other monsters that are actually beating him only because of the size, most of them. And yeah, he looks bigger, for sure, he looks big, but he doesn't look big like this. And no, I'm not expecting him to get as big as Ronnie Coleman, but I would like to see him a little bit more chubby, a little bit more watery, a little bit more relaxed in the off-season and eat more food and lift heavy and just let it grow and be ugly for a while and then go on a stage and dominate. I'm not an expert, that's just how I feel. Whatever you guys think, tell me down below in the comment section. And that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. And if you want to see more bodybuilding videos like this, subscribe to my channel. All the best, guys, and bye-bye.